Hello, I'm Paul Johnson, the main anchor at WCYB and WEMT in the Tri-Cities. This is my entry for the 2015 Tennessee Associated Press Awards. As an anchor, I spend most of my time behind the desk, but I still like to find those special stories. Some of our most amazing inventions were discovered by accident. Penicillin, potato chips, even Play-Doh. And it's true for the holidays as well. Eggnog came about because our ancestors found that if you added liquor to milk, it kept it from spoiling. And there's another accidental Christmas tradition growing in popularity. But I must warn you, it's not pretty. Christmas, a time of celebration where it's better to give than receive. Just hope you don't get one of these. But you have to admit, nothing says Christmas quite like an ugly Christmas sweater.
If I'm not mistaken, I think you've been in Dave Dirks' closet.
Oh, yeah.
No one is really sure when the craze began, but in the past decade, the trend has picked up steam. And the women of the Slater Center work all year to put their best face on the ultimate ugly sweater.
Looks to me like you're outnumbered here by the ladies.
No kidding.
Tacky and over the top. The secret to the ultimate ugly, doodads and ingenuity.
And look at the gator hooks.
Oh, yeah.
Duct tape.
Kathy, the only thing that would make this uglier was if I were wearing it.
No.
It's time to face the music. Judgment Day, because ugly is on parade. Patricia Maiden took top honors with her Christmas tree sweater.
The more I put on, the uglier it got.
As for the other contestants, they were too busy dancing to even notice. So where did the ugly sweater tradition come from? Well, according to the Ugly Christmas Sweater Party Book, there really is such a thing, two comedians are given most of the credit. Bill Cosby, who wore them on his old TV show, and Chevy Chase, the star of National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. But it really doesn't matter. The trend continues to grow. In fact, the ladies at the Slater Center are already planning for next year.
Early in the day, I was hanging out with Joe when the folks at Toyota called him and said, "Hey, you got anybody dumb enough to drive our obstacle course?" He went, "Yeah, sure. He'll do it." And I said, yes. So I got behind the wheel with instructor Peter Carey. Now, we started off slow in low gear to clear the log course. And then I had to steer this baby hard to clear the 32-degree banking. I mean, it was like Spider-Man going up the side of a building. Check how I'm having to work the wheel here. Look at this. I'm doing it Indy style. Amazingly, this truck did the rest. It stayed right on the top, never moved. What traction.
Spanning over 10,000 acres, the lake boasts over 160 miles of shoreline. 70% of it surrounded by national forest. Last week, TVA announced that South Holston lake levels will be down this summer. So how's that going to affect your Memorial Day? There's only one way to find out. Let's take a first-hand look.
Who was out there? Yours truly?
Yeah, of course, Jeff Gordon is sponsored by the Drive to End Hunger, so it all made sense. And I did spend the afternoon goofing around with Gordon, and I got to help select 10 lucky folks that got to pack food boxes with the 4-time NASCAR champion. Now, one of the lucky winners turned out to be 90-year-old Dixie Sampson. Dixie was so excited, she whistled a little Dixie, and then she told me how much fun she was going to have with her favorite driver, Jeff Gordon.
Oh, I'm excited. Jeff's my man.
Has he always been your man?
Yeah, number 24.
I thought you said you watched me on TV.
I do. I watch you too, but you're different.
But you like Jeff better.
Yeah.
As you can see, I have a lot of fun on the job, but of course, I have a serious side as well.
The standoff here on Rocky Hill Road has apparently ended. There were lots of shots fired about 30 minutes ago. The suspect, we've been told, Dean Morrell, came out of the house, and after that, we couldn't really see what happened. We heard one shot, and then we heard a tremendous volley of shots after that.
News 5, WCYB's Paul Johnson was there tonight. Hey, PJ, what can you tell us?
Well, Julie, neighbors tell me that not much happens on Rocky Hill. It's usually pretty quiet, but all that changed today. Just after 1 o'clock, sheriff deputies were called to this home on Rocky Hill Road owned by Dennis and Patty Morrell. The family had requested a welfare check on Dennis Morrell, apparently concerned about his erratic behavior. Morrell refused to cooperate with deputies, but allowed his wife and son to leave the premises. Things quickly escalated. Reinforcements were called. including units with the Virginia State Police and the SWAT team from Bristol, Virginia. The small brick home was quickly surrounded, and the access road was blocked. Morrell appeared at the front door. He demanded that the authorities leave his property, and that's when the SWAT team moved in. Horns blaring. Tear gas was pumped into the home. The standoff finally came to an end when the suspect appeared from that basement there, raised a weapon, and gunshots were fired. It had to end in gunfire because when he came out, he was ready.
Well, again, I'm not going to make statements in regards to that against state police.
But we did hear the gunfire.
You did, obviously, and he did come out armed.
Morrell suffered multiple gunshot wounds and was taken by ambulance from the scene. He later died at the hospital. The Virginia State Police are in charge of the investigation.
This is Paul Johnson in Carter County, just above Roan Mountain, where the snow has caused a big accident here on the highway, blocking traffic. You can see this 18-wheeler here. You see the damage done to the truck. The roads were just simply too slippery, slipped off, smashed into something. Now they're trying to pull the big 18-wheeler out of the way because it has blocked traffic. The State Patrol is here directing traffic, and traffic is moving along. However, the snow is not going anywhere, and it continues to snow here. So if you're traveling in the Carter County section of Tennessee, you need to be really careful tonight, especially if you're making your way toward North Carolina, because there's 2 or 3 inches of snow here, and it is still coming down. This is Paul Johnson reporting in Carter County for News 5 WCYB.
The Tennessee Department of Transportation has closed State Route 70 west in Hawkins County at Butcher Valley Road for an overturned tractor-trailer that was hauling propane. That crash happened just before 8 tonight. We're working to confirm information about the condition of the driver. TDOT estimates that highway should be cleared sometime around midnight.
Hi, everybody. Paul Johnson along with Dave Dirks. We're waiting for the annual lighting of the Christmas tree here in Elizabethton. And here's the countdown. 10, 9, 8,
7,
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let there be light.
Well, Dave, as luck would have it, today is National Ugly Christmas Sweater Day, and as the spokesman for the United States, Dave, I know you have at least 5 ugly Christmas sweaters.
I have a little stash of sweaters, all right, that I've collected since probably college that I just have not gotten rid of.
Yeah, you get rid of nothing.
Yeah, but they're not Christmas sweaters. They're ugly, but not Christmas sweaters.
Well, you want to see Christmas sweaters?
I do.
Look at what the folks at BMS did today. I mean, they took this to heart. These are some really ugly sweaters.
This is Fox Tri-Cities News at 10 in high definition.
A shooting near a high school in Portland, Oregon leaves 4 people with gunshot wounds. Welcome to Fox Tri-Cities News at 10. I'm Paul Johnson. Rebecca's away tonight. A manhunt is underway as police search for the person who opened fire at a high school Friday afternoon. 4 people were shot near Rosemary Anderson High in the North Portland area. 3 victims were taken to the hospital. 16-year-old girls in critical condition. 2 males, a 17-year-old and a 20-year-old, are in serious condition. Another victim, a 19-year-old woman, was grazed by a bullet during the shooting. She was treated at the scene.
We learned from witnesses that there may have been a dispute outside the school on the corner of Killingsworth Court and Borthwick that led up to the shooting. We don't know if any one of the 4 victims was the subject of that dispute or if they were people that happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Police say all the victims were students or had enrolled in job training or other programs at the school. The city's gang task force is investigating, but officials say they don't know if the shooting was personal or gang-related. And there was another school incident in our area today as well, resulting in an internal lockdown at 2 Abingdon schools while police searched for suspects. 1 man is in police custody tonight. The other 3 are on the run. Fox Tri-Cities reporter Stephanie Sanastasi has the reaction from parents.
I was scared to death.
Police tell us a Kingsport woman tried to get away with a cart full of stolen groceries. She just ran into the wrong person in the parking lot. Kimberly Copas is accused of stealing $675 worth of groceries from Food City. It included alcohol, personal hygiene items, several pairs of reading glasses. Police report that Copas pushed her cart out and she went up to a man and asked if she could use a cell phone. But the man just happened to be a Kingsport police detective in plain clothes. When the Food City worker came out of the store accusing Copas of not paying for the groceries, she ran. The detective caught her and placed her under arrest for shoplifting and resisting arrest.